Welcome, everyone. This is Michael Dotterer, and you're on the dot. And we have a great show for you today. It's going to actually be short. We're going to try to keep it short because we hope, and I say we because this special guest who I'm going to bring on in a few minutes here, it's a we because there's no I in team. It's we. We would like your help to make this go viral. And we're going to talk about this amazing product behind here called ANACEA. And my good friend, who we both matriculated at the same university um, over 40 years ago. He came from Oklahoma, where he played American football in high school, and I obviously played high school in California. And we met on the farm. That's what we call our alma mater, the farm, and which is, some of you know, it's called Stanford University. And we were reunited a few years ago. It seems like yesterday. And a couple good friends of ours, Stanford friends, Mike Tolliver was one, and there's some other friends that said, "Hey, you got to get together with John David Rainbolt." And he is our special guest today. He is the founder and formulator of To Be Kind. And I'm going to flash it on the screen below so you can go to the website. And he is a genius. He's amazing. And I'm just honored to have him on the dot today to talk about To Be Kind and ANACEA. And then we're going to bring him on right now. Here's Johnny.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, John David Rainbolt. How are you?
I'm doing well today. It's sunny and it's not too hot actually here, so that's a blessing.
Well, I'm excited because I mean, I'm always excited, but I'm so excited because we were talking the other day. What makes ANACEA? Well, there's To Be Kind. To Be Kind is the parent company, but ANACEA is the product, and I love the name. You just took the P off of panacea, which many of you know is a cure-all. ANACEA, I love the name, but I asked you the question. I said, why is ANACEA different than anything out there on the marketplace? And you started to talk about it, and I said, oh my gosh, John, we've got to have you on the dot so you can share this with our audience. And we want, if you're listening to this, please take the recording, which is on YouTube or Twitter or Twitch or LinkedIn or Facebook, and send it to your friends, because you're going to learn something that is transformative, that can change your life, and that is To Be Kind and ANACEA. So without further ado, John, please, why ANACEA? Why To Be Kind?
Well, the thing we were talking about the other day that's really amazing was the original intention behind ANACEA and why I designed it as an antifungal when we started working with this 12 years ago. There was a study about 10 years ago. I want to go over three little things about fungus that have been discovered lately, which tells you why it's so important to include fungus in your analysis of the microbiome. Most people just think of bacteria and viruses, but fungus are very old, very tenacious, have all kinds of strategies, and end up, I believe, being a major player in the effects of the microbiome on aging. So about 10 years ago, they discovered that lichens required two types of fungus to make the lichen community and not one. And they discovered that through genetic testing, not through seeing the other fungus. And it ends up now, this spring, there were two papers that came out. Well, the most recent thing that just came out is they did an AI analysis of the types of fungus now that we're using genetic testing to identify fungus, and where we had under 200,000 described. AI is projecting that there are actually 6 million, and we've just barely scratched the surface and starting to identify them. There's another study that found fungus involved in every type of malignant tumor that they tested. And then most recently, there's a study that showed there's fungus who have figured out how to never have cancer. So fungus may have figured out, possibly may be implicated in causing cancer, and they may also have figured out the cure for it. So this is an amazing area of study. So what I did when I was formulating ANACEA almost 12 years ago, what I started doing was I just tried to visualize what it would be like if I were a fungus and what I would need and want to live. And down at that level, I think fungus wants a food source, and some fungus may depend on the turnover of cells in our body for a food source. They may like to get into injured areas, develop a home, keep that home, keep a food source, and actually be involved in all kinds of strange ways with our own biochemistry and genetics. So I started out with this vision of what it would be like to be a fungus. And then from that, I decided what I needed to beat the fungus. And from there, I started selecting plants. So I identified 6 strategic areas that we're trying to address, which include antifungal, anti-inflammation, anti-pain, pro-immune system, pro-regeneration, and things that are good for the skin. So I took those 6 strategies, started selecting plants that had an ancient history of providing relief in these areas and formulating them together. Now we're at a point where we've had 34 iterations of the formula, where we've gotten feedback from people using it at each step, and it's turned into something that's quite amazing. I used it this morning, and I'm still amazed at how much pain relief and increased mobility that I get personally when I use it. So that's, in a nutshell, that's our story.
It's amazing. Here it is. There's my cardinal cream. I don't know if you can see that, and my oil, my ANACEA oil. I use it every day. I use it on my feet because I'm on my feet in a job that I have 10 hours. I'm on my feet. And if it weren't for ANACEA, the ANACEA oil, I wouldn't be able to do the job. I put it on my back. I put it on my shoulder. The cardinal cream, I put it on my face. This is the most amazing topical elixir I've ever seen in my life. And John, I just want to thank you because this gift that you've given me and the entire world. I mean, and you can see below, you can go to tobekind.com. I'm so grateful to you, John, for this gift that you've given us. And any last words that you want to say about if someone wants to get the cardinal cream, what do they do? Do they just go to the tobekind.com?
tobekind.com. Yeah, tobekind.com. We can do cardinal cream or the oil. Thanks for bringing up the cardinal cream. We've had amazing results with it. I've had incredible results on some spots on my face. And I'm really glad you brought up the thing about the feet, because I love to tell people, hey, I made it for my knees, but I love it on my feet because it feels so good.
Oh.
So, and the other thing about it is it's all botanical. It's a combination of 7 different oils mixed with 24 different plants. And so we're just relying on the ancient history of plant biochemistry, which has been dealing with these microbial issues for hundreds of millions of years longer than we have. And so they already have the answer. It's just a matter of tuning into our friends and letting them help us. So.
Well, thank you so much, John David, for coming on the dot this morning. I know it's in California. It's in the morning out here on the East Coast. It's in the afternoon. And if you're tuning in from Europe or Asia or Africa or South America, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll have John David back on. I'd like to get John David, some of the people, the testimonials, as I said. We can't leave out Corey Katz. Corey Katz's horse. Could you just share that horse? So this product is not just for humans. What about the horses?
Well, when I went down, and Corey had been using it on her horse Danny for quite a while, and she told Danny that I was the formulator. I made the ANACEA. I made the oil. The horse started kissing me. And the horse wouldn't stop kissing me. The horse kissed me probably over 40 times in 10 minutes. I had no idea horses' noses were so soft. It was quite an experience.
Yeah. Yeah. So Danny's loving it. I'm loving it. So many people, thank you, are so grateful to you, John David, for coming up with the formula and teaching us about microbe management. Microbe management. I knew nothing about that. I didn't study biology at Stanford and wherever I studied political science, economics. And you taught me about the relationship between humans and plants. And now we can say the relationship between horses and plants, between dogs and plants. I mean, do you plant? Can all the animals? I mean, could my dog? We have a dog here, Allie Mae. Have we tested this on animals like dogs?
Yeah, we have. One of my buddies has a veterinarian in his family, and there was a German Shepherd at their clinic who had very bad hip dysplasia and could barely walk, was kind of dragging his hips around. They put it on him one night, and the next morning he was jumping around like a puppy. So I guess it's okay. The limited use that we've had it on dogs, it has been very helpful.
Well, thank you so much, John David. And as we do on the dot, you get to have the last word. So I'm going to remove myself, and you get to send us out with whatever you want to say, and we'll end the conversation. Again, we'll thank you so much for all that you've done for me, and I'm going to say for humanity. Thank you.
Wow, that's a pretty big send off. Thank you so much. I'm really glad it's helped you. And I must say, the best thing about this project is helping people. And I just get a thrill out of it every time someone who's got chronic pain has a situation in their life where they're truly limited, is helped and can move beyond their chronic pain and find increased mobility. So thank you so much, Mike, for having me on. And I really look forward to helping as many people as possible. Bye-bye.